G'day everyone, welcome back to another episode of Daily Clogs. Bit of a different episode today. I've been chasing the Tome of Fire recently on this account for about 2 months now, and I thought I'd try beating the highest single game score I've ever seen at Wintertodt, which is 125,000 for 250 rewards. I've done many solos in the past, so my main concern was just DCing or getting crashed, but I thought it worth giving it one attempt. I brought my main in to start the game. Getting Wintertodt down to 30% is vital here, so I started fletching straight away while he lit all the braziers. For those who don't know, getting Wintertodt under 30% makes its attacks that put out the braziers much more likely, meaning you get great construction XP as well as the points from relighting and fixing and healing the pyromancers, which is 75 now each time you heal them. Almost immediately upon starting, I knew I was in for a long 6 hours, but that tome was calling to me. Alright, there's 5,000 points coming in, 10 rolls. The fletching knife here is a nice upgrade as it turns the logs into kindle, I think one tick faster just for every log past the first one. And there's 10,000 for 20 rolls. I think the changes here they made were great. It was really disheartening doing the solos here, setting everything up and you'd have to leave at 13,500 points. The crate system being abandoned really helped with bank management too, for those early game irons wanting to stack up those 400 plus crates it takes to get to 99, if you're that way inclined. 20,000 coming in for 40 rolls, and just like that, 30,000 came in hot. I was on the Bounty Hunter world for this. A lot of players actually get scared of using the high risk and Bounty Hunter worlds, that's 533 and 569, just because of the warning that pops up. What they don't realise is, as long as they don't enter the wilderness, they're completely safe, so it generally makes a great world to do content on, as they're quite empty. For anyone accusing me of trying to lure people onto these high risk worlds, you may notice I'm sporting my Victor's Cape 1 from LMS. There I managed to defeat a plethora of bots to get the win and this stylish cape. I've only got 47 wins out of about 200 games on my main. It's really not something I'm great at, so there's no luring happening here. 50,000 points coming in for 100 rewards. And just crossing the halfway mark here with 75,000 points, roughly 3 hours in. The option to AFK safely at the door was of course always there, but if I did want to beat that 250 rolls I'd previously seen, I had to stay focused and use every minute carefully. This grind also did end up being great for the other skills. From this 6-hour session, just looking back, I got 2 construction levels, taking me to 57, fletching level to 73, 95 firemaking and a woodcutting level. Just great for solo Ironman. 100k coming in strong here. That's 200 rolls, 200 potential chances, or 1 in 4 at the Tome of Fire, which I'm already starting at 1300 here, so I'm going to get twice the drop rate probably. For anyone looking to do this as well, just make sure you keep that Wintertodt energy just above 10 and below 20%. Generally if it falls below 10%, you have a chance of accidentally finishing the game. Some people say around 6 to 7% is what you should wait for it to get up to, but I've lit the fire at 8% before and it's gone all the way down to 0. Just bad RNG really. 125 points. I got here before the 30-minute logout timer, so I knew I was ahead of where I needed to be. But just 1300 points later, there was the timer. I had been at Wintertodt for 5.5 hours at this point, 30 minutes until logout. Of course, I didn't want to get 6-hour logged, so I was keeping an eye on the clock closely and waiting for that 10-minute logout warning. I got to 130k points, which is 260 rolls, and right after that I hit 134. That's when the 10-minute logout warning came, so I logged in my main to help me finish the game off, just so I didn't get logged out. If you're wanting to finish a game quickly, just continually light the braziers, don't worry about the kindle, don't worry about the logs, just keep lighting them. And there it was, 6 hours at Wintertodt, ended up finishing with 134,660 points and 270 crates earned. About 1 in 3 chance of getting the Tome of Fire here. Of course that's not how the rolls work, but let's see what we can get. Now the fun part, after all the work. Starting at 1,307 rolls already, this would take me roughly to 2 times the drop rate for the tome, so my hopes were high, heading in. However, as I started to roll the rewards, I started to realise my nightmare may have been coming true. Did I just waste 6 hours on not getting the tome? Slowly but surely my rolls dwindled down. There's 200. Got some good cash coming in at least. Down to 150. Another pair of legs there. 125. And 100. Wasn't looking good at this stage. 50 left. 25. And quite tragically, nothing from the 270 rolls. But wait, I had double items and I could trade them in for crates. So I quickly grabbed all my doubles for one last attempt at the tome today and traded them in for more rolls. Could this be it? Could these 7 crates have my tome of fire in it? Stay tuned till next week to find out. Just kidding. Of course, I had 7 chances here to get a 1 in 1000. I wasn't letting RNG. Oh, never mind, it stopped me. Thank you for watching. If you need any Wintertodt gameplay tips, just reach out, let me know. You can catch me here on Daily Clogs, where we're collecting 1 collection log a day until the Gilded Staff of Collection, or we die as a hardcore. Catch you later.